everybody. Welcome back to Unwind, a place where you can sit back and relax, and a place for us to dump whatever's on our minds onto you. Thanks for tuning in, and please don't forget to check out our Patreon page, where our patrons can catch the latest episodes first and get exclusive perks you can't find anywhere else. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kenny.
And welcome to Unwind.
What's up?
Oh, you forgot the song.
I don't know the song.
Oh my god, I don't.
Do you remember the song?
Is there a song? The only thing that we did last episode was just copyrighted music written by like who does the music for Star Wars again? I was gonna say George Lucas, but then I realized that every music person who ever watches this show is gonna be like, these guys are fakes.
We go to music school, but we don't know music.
Wars, I should know this. This is killing me.
That's
John
really
Williams.
Okay.
He's only the dude who's done every big thing ever. You know John Williams.
Yeah. Who doesn't know John Williams?
Dude, like, yeah, what has he done? Oh, come on. Let's see. Boom. Thanks, Wikipedia.
You're welcome.
Since I'm no longer in high school, I can support Wikipedia. Actually, it's university that they always
My
tell us.
cousin got in trouble for using Wikipedia. I'm like, do kids not know how to research anymore? She is in grade 9? Grade 8 or 9? Yeah. And she used
That's
Wikipedia as her source.
Oh, ooh.
Like, even when I was in university, I would use Wikipedia, but then I'd scroll down to the very bottom and be like, these are the sources that Wikipedia use, so I'm going to use those sources.
That's the trick. Is Wikipedia is a good... I use Wikipedia, like, unabashedly. But a lot of the times you can find the books that Wikipedia used in the library. And so I would cross-reference Wikipedia and then just cut out the middleman for my actual references. Especially since you can get, like, twice as many references that way. Rather than just, like, Wikipedia for the 56th time.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, John Williams, he did Jaws, all of them, Star Wars, all of them, Jaws 2.
Wow.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. Actually, I guess all of those.
Yo, they're on Netflix, and I didn't know that.
They've been on Netflix for a while.
I didn't know.
Watch all the American people being like, ha, look at these losers not having anything.
We're Canadian. We don't get anything
for
good.
For now, go subscribe to our Patreon so that we can have more money so we can move to the States. Like every single Canadian sellout eventually does.
Aw.
Every single one of us.
But like Ryan Reynolds has his new aviation, I think it's gin. And then it's like an American gin. And he's like, made by a Canadian.
How dare you? Isn't his name like Van City Reynolds on Twitter?
Yeah.
I guess that doesn't really matter. Nobody gives a crap about Twitter anymore.
Except for Instagram.
Except for Donald J. Trump. Isn't
the
this
real?
Yeah, it is J, right?
I think so. I don't care.
I'm not American. Doesn't matter to me.
Wah, wah.
No.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, thank you. Jeez. Welcome back to Unwind. The tries to be kazoo podcast but keeps forgetting they have kazoos.
Yeah. Which is really sad because kazoos are awesome.
Also, it's literally in your hand.
It's in my hand. I'm looking at it.
We use kazoos to stop vaping.
Can you imagine?
We're trying to appeal to the Gen Z.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to get anywhere nowadays, you have to appeal to the, younger generation.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do content for our generation. They're already caught up on the last generation. Thanks.
So sad.
I don't know who does podcasts of the last generation. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Guy.
Guy. I don't want to talk about it, okay? No, we kind of can talk about it. Let's talk about the photo shoot.
Yeah, so my friend Javier came and helped us out. Got some nice pictures taken. Just waiting for some proofs to come through. But yeah, that was that like your first real photo shooty kind of thing?
I had a photo shoot when I was younger, like with my family, but I really dislike it. Like I look at photos now, and it was before I learned that fashion was even a thing. You know that age.
Oh yeah.
And so, I was wearing like this red striped t-shirt and oversized blue jeans, and my haircut was awful. It was right around the time that I first started to be able to grow facial hair, and so I had like kind of half-ass sideburns,
Nice.
that were really awful.
Oh, yeah.
Like, really awful. So they're good photos. I just look like cringy. And, like, my mom loves them because, of course, you know, she's a mom. So, like, I could literally have, like, had half my face blown off in Nam, and she would have called me the handsomest boy. And that makes my mom sound like she talks to me like a dog. Who's the handsomest boy?
Good boy. Oh, so handsome.
So, yeah, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Like, nobody try to get my mom arrested. She's actually a great mom. But, so we had that. And then I have a bunch of friends who are, like, the photographer type.
Yeah.
So they can take, like, good photos. But I don't know if any of them actually, like, officially get paid to do it. They just enjoy taking photos.
Yeah.
You know? And so I've done like lifestyle photo shoots. So it's, hey, we're walking around Vancouver and I have my camera. Turn around and smile at the camera. Boom, photo. But it wasn't for a purpose other than just for getting good photos. I guess, like, I've done photo shoots, like, with people sort of thing. But other than that, FYI, that's just the Velcro on my sleeves. Kenny doesn't say it's cold in here, but since I'm a very solid Canadian person who can't handle more than cold, like, I can't handle the cold, I have my coat on, so that's just my sleeves.
I feel like Canadians are known to handle cold.
Well, oh yeah, totally. Like, there's jokes. There's some memes on the internet about Canadians' ability to handle cold.
I live in an igloo, and my pet polar bear just came in.
Yeah. There's not even polar bears anywhere in Canada. Is there,
Probably.
like, up in
Do you not know your territories?
I do. They just blanked on me right now. And none of it.
And none of it?
None of it.
In the Yukon?
In the Yukon. Yukon's American.
Are you sure you want to say that?
No, I don't. They might as well be.
That's what you get for being homeschooled.
That's what I get for only sleeping, like, 20 hours in the last week. Ugh. Yeah. Nailed it. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, anyone who's tuning in from the Yukon. I'm tired today, okay?
That was, like, the most American thing anyone has said.
Just because I'm white doesn't mean I'm American. American? Lesbian? I thought you were American.
Yo.
How do we even get your photo shoots?
I have no idea. You said it was cold.
Oh, yeah. Because it was cold in here. Because I did the Velcro. Because I was talking about photo shoots and all, and I was just like... And I could hear that I could hear it. So I was like, oh, shoot, I should probably address this so they're not like, what the heck is going on over there? 101 reasons why we need to get a video feed so I don't have to address things like this. Yeah. But not until we have enough people watching.
Right.
So, guys, this is on you. This isn't even on me. This is on you. Put the blame on you. Long story short, that's, like, probably the most official photo shoot I've ever done.
Yeah.
Because they had, like, it was indoors, and they had the fancy,
lights.
or he had the fancy lighting and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, big shout out. Killed it with the photos. He was showing us some of the, like, initial shots, and they looked dope. What's his Instagram?
I can't remember.
I don't know.
Follow us on Instagram
And
at Unwind.
Unwind with Chris and Kenny.
Yeah, and then you'll see the photos
Just
there.
follow the links at any of our pages to all the other pages, and you'll find our pages.
Exactly.
Killed it. But yeah, like, I don't know. Is it a thing that you get used to in photo shoots? Having to smile and act natural? Or is there, like, specific things that you're supposed to do? He killed it because he's just a killer photographer. But is that what you do in a photo shoot? Have you had more photo shoots? You seem like you would.
A couple.
You're famous.
I'm super famous.
Super famous.
Yeah, he did my headshots a while back. But it's just very natural, and it's good to have a photographer that you know and you're comfortable with. Because then you just have conversations, and then it's just more natural, and then you take the pictures, and then those are usually the ones that look the best. But yeah.
It's not like, okay, look, smile. Compared to
Put your hands on your knees and then tilt your head slightly to the left and smile. Not too much, less teeth. Okay, that's good.
Jeez, thanks. Now self-conscious about my teeth. Thanks, school photographer. Any like school ID photo ever where you're like, wow, I have this tendency to look sort of low-key. Either there's no in between. I'm either a stoner or I'm a murderer.
Yo.
Maybe one day I can do a wild crossover and have the stoner eyes and the murderer mentality. But I know that's definitely the case with my license. I forgot what that was.
License picture, like passport pictures and driver's license pictures are the worst.
So awkward.
Because they're like, don't smile. But for American passports, they're allowed to smile.
What?
Yeah.
So what's up, Canada?
Canada, they're like, you're not allowed to be happy. You live in a great country.
That looks so dumb. Yo, I got my ID questioned the other day because I didn't have a full beard.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, it wasn't the beard. It's the fact that I had my long hair and I had like a short beard but long hair. And they like looked at it and they looked at me. I'm like, I swear, I don't know how else to prove it to you, but that's definitely me. Which is kind of the weird part about being young adults, I feel like, because I have friends who had purple hair when they went in, and now they're bald, or like that's one of the chicks I know. Actual example. And so, how do you keep track of that?
Yeah.
And if someone actually turned me away, what would I have to do? Go in and get a new one?
Yeah, and you have to pay for that.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
That's so
I haven't
dumb.
had that problem because I look the same.
You've looked the same since you were like 12.
Yeah. Not gonna say no to that. That is a very true statement.
Shh. Trying to do the podcast. No, it is.
Wow.
Buddy didn't answer me all day, and then the minute we hit recording, they're all like, "Yo, what's up?" Everyone wants a feature. That's why I'm not gonna say your name.
Sucker.
That's what I was gonna say. But yeah, keep your eyes open for some of the photos. They're going to be up on our social media and stuff. If you see any photos where you're like, damn, I would want his face on a shirt, let us know, and maybe we can get them printed onto shirts, because I think that would be hilarious. I don't know about you.
Just one face on the front, one face on the back.
Just like, it's one of the chest pocket shirts, but the pocket is just like just the face.
Just the face.
That would be so funny. It's like, wait, nice shirt. Wait, what the heck? Is that a face? What the heck?
It's like, yeah, of course it's a
Chris
face.
and Kenny, obviously.
Duh.
Unwind with Chris and Kenny in the evening. Because we always record in the evening. The
do.
Tonight Show.
No.
What up? Jimothy, have you heard about the weather these days?
It's snowing.
We live in Canada, Jimothy. What do you expect?
It hasn't snowed all winter.
It's also February, the middle of snow season, Jimothy.
But I was hoping for a white Christmas. I knew it wasn't going to happen, but I was hoping.
That's fair. That's kind of the worst part. I'm okay. I like Vancouver, but that is definitely the worst part about living below up north. I was going to say that as if I knew something, but apparently I don't even know the Yukon is Canada today, so I'm just going to just nip that right in the bud.
Nice. But yeah, snow in Vancouver is the worst because people don't know how to drive in it.
It's scary.
They don't have snow tires because they're like, it's not going to snow. I'm not going to buy snow tires. And once it snows, everyone just freaks out.
It's honestly the worst.
It is.
People are unprepared.
I opened the door and then watched a Tesla go like 20 kilometers a minute, an hour. I don't know things, apparently.
Yeah.
But like there's so many cars behind it. I'm like, this is when it first started snowing too, so there wasn't much snow on the floor. So I was like, why are you going so slow, bud? Go a little faster. You're okay.
Jeez. I was just driving today to get here, and I can confirm that that's the worst. And it is because of snow tires and lack of snow tires, I should say. And I would prefer it. I'd rather people not get hurt, and so like drive slow, drive smart. But at the same time, the highway is like 100, 110. I don't actually know. I don't ever pay attention. If you're listening, VPD, please don't pull me over. But we were doing 45 kilometers per hour on the way here. It took me twice as long as normal. For anybody who might be from America listening, that's 27 miles per hour that we were doing. That's just barely more than we do in school zones.
Yeah.
I guess it's like 1.5, but that's not even the point. I was upset. I was like, what is this? Like, I understand, go slow, be safe. But at the same time, I want to get there today. Come on.
But then there's my friend that texted me. He's like, I almost got in an accident. I was like, dude, just go slow, drive smart.
What was he doing?
He was driving on the highway.
Ah.
Yeah. But he also doesn't have snow tires, so...
Yeah. Well, 2 years ago now, it was. You remember those great big snowfalls that we had? My one friend, he's a mechanic up in Kamloops.
Yeah.
And they weren't getting shipments of snow tires because people down here flipped their crap so much that they were all getting bought in Vancouver before any shipments could get up to Kamloops.
Oh, no.
Because, thank you, Vancouver, we're not prepared for anything. And that's my favorite.
Yeah.
Right alongside that, apparently, according to people I know who are truckers, if it's like bad snow, they'll start to like pull vehicles over and tell them to get off the road. And like Canadian truckers will be allowed to let go because they know how to drive in the snow.
Yeah.
Which is just my favorite thing. That no one in America knows how to drive in snow, but that's where we come in to yeehaw them all to Kingdom Come.
Yay, snow.
Yay, snow.
I like playing in snow, though.
I don't like playing in Vancouver snow. I like playing in real, actual dry snow.
Yeah. Nice hills to go sledding down. Snowball fights.
Yeah, I guess. Like, just went on to like a commercial here for snow. This episode is sponsored by further up north than Vancouver, Snow. You want to have a good time in the winter while it's being cold but still actually having a good time? Come check out Snow.
Nice.
There.
I like that.
That's our interlude, our sponsor.
Oh, yeah.
But no, you're actually right. Like, up north, snow is definitely better than Vancouver snow.
Yeah.
It's more slush than snow.
Yeah. But it seems pretty cold right now that it's not melting, which is nice. Because usually when it snows here in Vancouver, it melts pretty much right away. And then it's just gross and slushy.
Yeah.
And horrible to walk through.
It's pretty sick for snowballs though, because you get like the sting of a good slap. You know, when you hit somebody with it, you can, if you really want to be a dick, you can pack those suckers real tight.
It's like an ice ball.
But at the same time, once it hits, it gets you that nice beauty of a smack, and then it dribbles down their jacket. Oh. So it's not just the smack, but it's the after hit. Yep. And then once it warms up, it's the third attack, where it's that warm, moist across your back. But then you're sitting on the bus and you hate your life and you don't want to stand up because you got a seat on the bus, and that's kind of hard to get sometimes. You know?
Yeah.
You know?
I know.
Hey.
Personal experience.
101 on Kenny got bullied in high school. Just kidding.
It was elementary school, but yeah, that's okay.
I shouldn't be laughing. Bullying is actually a serious issue.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Christian Thinks Bullying is Hilarious.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah. Wow. How dare you?
How dare you?
Oh, okay. Context, folks. So good. There is this video. I don't even know how old it is. It's not that old. It's okay, June 20th. Okay, it's sort of old. But I found it the other day, and it is killing me. And it's Womp Wah. Is Whomp is all it's up under on YouTube. And so if you click on it, here's the clip.
About a 10-year-old girl with Down syndrome who was taken from her mother and put in a cage. I read about did you say want to a 10-year-old with Down syndrome
what
being
I
taken
said
from
is
her
you
mother?
Can pick anything
How
you
dare
want,
you?
but the bottom line is very...
How dare you?
How dare you? But also, like, why would you say that on live television?
Did you just say womp to a 10-year-old girl with Down syndrome?
Like, what made him think that was okay? Like, just the stupidity behind it makes it so funny. But it's like, oh. What an idiot.
The context. What? What led this guy? Even of all things you could say, he could rebut it. He could add something else.
It is so
Whomp whomp.
stupid.
It's not even like a sarcastic. He says it so seriously. Like
put in a cage. I read about
It's
womp womp.
wah.
Did you just say womp womp to a girl, a 10-year-old girl with Down syndrome?
People are rude.
Well, this is America, so I don't know what you expected.
We're not saying that all Americans are rude, but this was also on Fox News.
I was saying that. Just kidding. Love you, big brother to the north.
Whoa.
Don't.
Maybe.
I don't want to talk about it.
Maybe Christian is
south.
American.
Dang it. He's on to me.
But like I said earlier, this is what you get for being homeschooled.
Hey, not even. I am a smart boy.
You are.
I am an engineer.
So am I.
I'm just gonna. That is the ultimate way to win an argument, though. Just womp womp.
Womp womp.
But so, can you imagine like getting in a fight with like your significant other, and they're like, "Oh my God, I feel like you don't even care, Jeremy."
Womp womp.
And what did you just say to me? I'm talking about my feelings.
Womp,
And all
womp.
like it's gonna go one of two ways.
Yeah.
Either you're gonna win the argument and you're gonna be single, or they're gonna start laughing because what the heck are you saying?
It's just so ridiculous.
Trust me, we're relationship professionals. This will work to fix your relationship.
Yes.
Of
Trust us. We are the love doctors.
love.
Mm.
The minute that came out of your mouth, I'm like,
Poor choice of words.
like me saying America's to the north is no longer the worst thing said on this episode.
Womp womp.
Wah, wah. But
Oh.
you want a bit of context on the Indian
I
newscast?
don't know what that was.
Was that Indian? What type of, or I guess that would be like Punjabi. I don't.
My phone just has a mind of its own.
That's what you get for using iPhone, Kenny.
You also have iPhone.
That is not even the point of this conversation right now. Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't want to sound like suspicious, but sometimes I wonder with the whole Siri thing, how much they just listen to us. They could.
They're listening all the time.
And
what? I get ads for stuff that I talk about and don't even search on my phone. I'm just like talking to a friend about something and then I get ads about it. And it's freaking me out. Technology's gonna take over the world.
I always say like I don't want to sound like conspiracy theorist or whatever, blah blah blah, but like about that. But then I'm not actually concerned because I think about it and robot hive mind IQ wants to listen to every single one of my conversations. So I'm like, oh man, sounds pretty scary. But then you think about it, and I'm like, this hive mind is gonna be listening to 98% of what I say and being like, what? Why did I bother to break into this guy's phone?
Yeah.
Like, they're not missing out on like a whole ton.
True.
Because by the time that they've broken into my phone, any of the stuff I wouldn't want them to get, they can already access. So, like, my banking and all that sort of stuff. Like, they can already get that. There's nothing coming out of my mouth that's going to be so highly confidential that my phone can't hear it.
Yeah.
So, I feel like Terminator isn't as big of an issue as most people make it out to be.
Yeah. I just don't want my Google Home to come alive and stab me at night.
That'd be ideal. At the same time, given the way our millennial/Gen Zs think, maybe that is what we want.
Yeah. Wouldn't be upset about it.
Yo, still thinking about Canada being the northern brother of the States. I was out at this bar just maybe last week, the week before. I don't recently. And I was chatting with this guy, And he's this guy, and he's a Kiwi. He's from New Zealand.
Nice.
And he was like a little tipsy, had a couple drinks, whatever. We're just chatting, having a good time. And he was saying that apparently, in his opinion, and most Kiwis' opinion, us, Canada, and New Zealand have a connection. We're brothers because America and Australia are super similar, and so then we're just both the younger, more mature brother of those two. And so he was ranting. He went on. He could have literally done a podcast about this topic. He went on for like honestly probably 25 or 30 minutes.
Wow.
I wasn't listening the whole time, but I'll give you the gist of what he said. But did you know that apparently at some point in history, Australia gave New Zealand an offer to become just part of Australia? They're like, hey, you want to just come become more of us?
Be us.
And New Zealand was like, why would we want that? And Australia was like, you want to become part of us? Look at the benefits. New Zealand was like, why?
No.
And so, thinking along with the whole, like, Canada being the 51st state, I was like, wow, he's kind of right. What do you, like, I never thought of it that way. But at the same time, I'm not super involved with Australian politics, but maybe I should
True. I just like their accents.
They're pretty sick. Can you tell the difference between Aussies and Kiwis?
No. But also, I haven't talked to a lot of Australians.
That is
or
fair.
New Zealanders?
Yeah, like, most people call them Kiwis.
Yeah.
New Zealanders. Nice. It's a very American thing to say.
Hey.
Got him! If we get invaded by the States, Trudeau can officially blame me for it because I've just been roasting America this whole podcast episode.
Yeah.
Sorry, Trudeau.
Trudeau is interesting.
Hey. Vote coming soon.
I know.
What do you think? We could talk about this and have a segment on politics, but I honestly know so little about the coming election. I don't even know who else is running.
Yeah.
Like,
Canadian politics is very interesting.
It's funny. We get some, like, wild people.
Yeah.
Like, I say that as if there's not wild people in other places. Like, reading about the whole Miss Cortez thing and whatever's going on in the States. Yeah. She just had that green bill that she put out, which I love what she had to say, like, the idea, but it was pretty interesting because she's like, we need green energy. And we need
energy is nice.
Jobs for everyone and money for everyone. And I'm like, I'm not a politician and I don't know politics. But how? How is this going to happen? She's like, we need to be better. And then just kind of like sat there. And not saying that every other politician doesn't pretty much do the same thing. But she like laid out all the ways and then just went, nice. And I was kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like me laying out all the ways that I could make my life better and then just still watching 3.5 like of the Harry Potter series yesterday.
Oh man. Harry Potter.
Perry Fodder.
Oh.
It's the sequel, okay?
That's his son's name.
Dad, why do you hate me? Literally changed his... Oh, is that his middle name?
That's his middle name.
Perry Fodder Hodder? No, what? Oh!
Wow.
Perry Fodder Potter.
Yeah.
Wow, what a name.
Right? That'd be awesome.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, we laugh about it, but to have, like, a middle name and last name that were pretty much the same would be pretty funny. It'd be funny for the first bit of your life, and then you'd be like, wow, this sucks.
Yeah. And then you just don't tell people your middle name.
It's just the initial.
Yeah. They're like, what does that stand for?
Stands for mind your damn business.
You have 4 more movies to go through.
Like, do you count the 30 minutes into the one that I'm in as the 4th or 5?
Yeah, 5.
5. There's more than I realized. I thought it was the same, like, 6 as, like, Star Wars.
No.
I didn't realize that there's so many of them.
Yeah, there's 8 movies. because they did the cool thing that they always do with the last book. They make into 2 movies.
Oh!
They're like, oh shoot, Twilight's doing it. We got to do it too.
Weren't they?
I don't know. But also Twilight was like 3-4 books only.
And how many movies?
1 more than that.
Oh, okay, cool. I haven't read the books. I haven't watched the movies, so I wouldn't know. I don't consider myself a Twilight professional.
Oh.
Time to get a guest on. Well, now it'd be like 16-year-old girl because they were all 13 when they came out.
They came out a while ago.
Yeah, how long? I don't even know. I don't care enough to look it up either. So
because Harry Potter, like the first one came out like 2001.
The first movie. The first books came out like 90s. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty old.
Mm-hmm.
And it really definitely shows in their production.
Yeah.
Like, they're well done, don't get me wrong. But, say, the CG is obvious. And the one that I find interesting, because, of course, we're audio people, is the music. And how in, say, the early 2000s, late 90s, like, you'd have a theme song, so Star Wars, da-ba-ba-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and it's so obvious, it's in your face, it's like, bam, and you're like, wow, and it's something you remember, and it's memorable, and it's great. And then as they go, and the same with Star Wars, they take those and they make them, like, more faint and more like in the background, and like they add traces of them, but it's not like in your face and it's not direct. And it makes sense because it's like the style of nowadays. But how much do you think, Kenny, that we're losing these iconic theme songs, like all the new series coming out, like Catching Fire or whatever, or I guess it'd be the Hunger Games. That's the last one. I picked the wrong book.
Wow.
They don't have iconic theme songs anymore.
Yeah, I don't really notice that kind of thing. When I'm watching movies, I'm looking at more of the post-production stuff. But yeah, like if you like, oh, Harry Potter, then you're like, oh, I know that theme song. But like, thinking about the newer series that have come out, there's like, you don't know.
Exactly.
There's just very generic music.
And so is that either the time, or is that like a give it 15 years thing, do you think?
I don't know.
Because I feel like people who don't even know Star Wars know, like, say, the Imperial March or the main theme song. Like, they know those iconic pieces by John Williams.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of, like, Hunger Games and, like, the music in Hunger Games, but I can't think of anything other than, like, the Mockingjay.
Probably the closest thing we've gotten to. And it wasn't like a blockbuster hit to the same way as a lot of these. But would be maybe, like, the one that comes to my mind is the new Mad Max Fury Road. That came out, what, 2016? No, 2017?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. But it's got that one theme in the beginning, and it's got those crazy big drums, and it's got that one violin part that's kind of just like down. I know the official term, but it's just not coming to my head.
Okay.
And it continually does that, and it kind of creates a certain atmosphere and tension. And that one stuck with me for a while because I was like, it invoked a feeling. I think that's the thing. Is these classic ones we know, they invoke the feeling of adventure.
Yeah.
Where, say, that one invoked it was more of a tense feeling. So it's not going to be blockbuster like the others, but it did that.
It could also be that it's because I've rewatched all those classic movies so many times that it's been like drilled into my brain. Whereas like the Hunger Games and stuff, I've only watched like once.
That's true. That very realistically could be.
Yeah.
Even then though, say the Harry Potter, I kind of already know the theme, and like I didn't know it well before. I might have known it a bit, but it definitely stuck with me a lot more now. A couple movies in. It's also fairly fresh, but I don't know. On that note, Hans Zimmer, get on it. Make some more iconic. No, actually, I can't even. Hans Zimmer has Interstellar, Superman, even the Avengers theme. That's one.
Oh,
how does it go? I don't know how it goes off the top of my head, but people know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, there it is. Woo! I was like, how dare I be like, this is iconic, and then just not be able to hum it.
But yeah.
There's one.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they're still coming out. At the same time, we're looking at like 25 years of history, and then the last 5 years and being like, yeah, get on it. But I guess it makes sense that history, there's only going to be like one every like era that really stands as iconic. And realistically, I'd be willing to say that the Hunger Games is going to stand as one of those. Not the why?
Wow.
Why?
No.
Go back to America, the Yukon. I need a doctor. I need a diagnosis.
Yeah.
Throwback.
Stupid.
No, I think that the Avengers will stand as one of those.
Yeah.
Because even compared to, well, I guess no, it'd be the same. Like Star Wars, there's that theme, but there's so many movies.
Yeah.
Harry Potter, Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
I think it's series. I think that's a huge element of it too. So now the Avengers theme, you got 26,000 movies.
There's so many.
I just watched the second Ant-Man. That one was
Me
really
too,
good.
because they just put it on Netflix.
Yes! High five. Nice. Definitely didn't high five myself in front of the mic for that.
Yeah, it was way better than I thought it was gonna be.
I honestly preferred it over the first. I thought it was better than the first. It was like way funnier. There's so many like quotable lines.
Yeah.
And I was laughing the whole time.
I like the Hello Kitty Pez.
What?
The Hello Kitty Pez.
Oh, okay. I forgot that part.
Wow.
With
So memorable.
I didn't say it was memorable. I said it was funny. There's a difference.
Sorry.
With the motorcycles?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good scene. I think my only issue, well, you know what? Not even.
No?
Just, nah. Don't even have any issues.
Wow.
Perfect movie.
That's a lie.
Yeah. You know it's a lie.
But I love how it's just been setting, like all these movies have been setting up Endgame. And that's coming out soon.
Yeah, it's coming out
April.
Have you heard the rumors that apparently it's going to be like 3 hours long and there's going to be like a midway break
An intermission in there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I'm not against.
I support intermissions, even on normal length movies.
Yeah.
Like 2 hour movie, to have like a designated 5-minute break in the middle to go to the bathroom, I support that.
Right? Go get more snacks, although I don't like buying snacks at the movie theater because it's so expensive.
But at the same time, like say, I didn't get popcorn at the beginning. I'm like, I want popcorn, but I think about it and I'm like, I don't want to miss 5 or 10 minutes in the movie.
Now you have the opportunity to go.
Now I have a designated time to go see it. I think that would be dope.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good idea.
And that's why I like theater. There's always an intermission.
They're also usually longer.
Yeah.
I haven't been to an actual theater performance in so long.
Wow.
Don't most like professional actors come from doing theater backgrounds? Or like a lot?
A lot, yeah. When was the last time I went to the theater? I think it was, I went and saw a Book of Mormon with my friends because they came here on tour. It was like the third time I've seen it. Have you seen Book of Mormon?
No. What is it?
It's so good.
Gonna give me and everyone else a rundown?
So it was written by the guys that did South Park. So, yeah, you know the Book of Mormon?
Like, as a book?
It. Like the religion and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yo.
Dude, what's a Mormon?
What's a Mormon?
Is it a restaurant?
But yeah, so it's a musical. It's very funny.
Cool.
They kind
Well,
of
if it's written
poke
by
fun. They poke fun of Mormonism and everything. But from what I've read online, Mormons aren't angry at it. They think it's funny. So
Cool.
they're in on the joke and everything.
Hell
so it's
yeah.
like, oh, cool.
I'm like, thumbs up to Mormons for that. Like, I think it's good to be able to poke fun at yourself.
Yeah.
And like, even just stereotypes of your religion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know I do it.
Cool.
Big ol' thumbs up to that.
Thumbs up.
But would you say it's like a pretty popular play that you'll see going on?
Yeah, it's it won a whole bunch of like Tony Awards. It's been on Broadway for a while now.
Dope.
And then usually shows don't come by on tour that often, but in the last like 5 years, it's been here 3 times.
Wow.
Which is a lot. It came here 2 years in a row because the second year they're like, oh, back by popular demand.
Sure.
And it's one of my favorite musicals. It's so funny.
Sweet. Well, we'll have to go see it, and then we can give you guys the critical analysis of it and all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's in it.
We were talking about it in class one day because my teacher was like, I want to go see Book of Mormon. I was like, I've seen it 3 times.
You've seen it every time it came into town?
Yeah.
Nice.
I went once with my sister, once with my friend Tom, and then the last time I went with my other friends.
Nice. Nice. Yo, tips from the love doctors. Like, taking a girl to a movie is like a subpar date in 21st century at best. Take a girl to see a live play. Mm-hmm. Now you're stepping up the game.
Yeah. And you can get, like, cheap tickets. They're, like, $40.
Yeah.
For, like, a really good play. Oh, so good.
Like, each?
Each. Kind of more expensive.
Yo, dating tips for all our loaded folks in the audience.
Take them to New York. See the real production.
What? I was definitely taking that to try to give us money.
Okay. Well then.
Subscribe to our Patreon. Listen to our podcast on your date.
Patreon.com/unwind.
Set. Wine, food. Just don't listen to this episode. She's like, wait, hold on. This is a setup.
Oh, no. Yes.
Got him.
Have fun on your dates, people.
Yeah, all the dates that you guys are now getting because of our help. And
so much help.
Thanks, guys, and we'll see you next week. Take her easy.
Bye.